My name is Matthew. I got 3 stars and 1A in my A-levels studying maths, further maths, computer science, and business, and I got accepted into the University of Hong Kong. Here are the 4 things you need to understand if you're choosing your A-levels. As of recording this video right now, you're probably thinking of what A-levels you want to choose. School is just about to start. Maybe you're going from AS to A-level, but if you're not, still think about this because this is going to be extremely important for you. Because what most students fail to realize is that the A-levels and the subjects that you choose now can literally determine the entire trajectory of your future. So step number 1, how do you choose a good A-level subject? You choose it based off your university major that you're interested in. So for example, let's say you want to go into science. If you want to go into science, it wouldn't make sense to study psychology, right? It wouldn't make sense to study business. If you want to get into science, you need to do the 3 sciences: biology, chemistry, physics, and do math as well because it makes you look smarter. Because the universities, they will judge you based off of your cover. They will judge a book by its cover. And if you're not fulfilling the A-level requirements that they set out for you, implicitly or explicitly, they're going to throw you into the trash. Like, really, if you think about it, the universities are looking for people who are truly passionate about what they're going to study. So how can you show your passion? By choosing the right A-level subjects. Same for law. If you're going to study law, try do something that's more humanities based. For example, economics. Next thing, engineering. Engineering, physics, computer science, maths, further maths. If you want to get into engineering, heavily consider further maths. I am currently studying in the University of Hong Kong, and in my first year, I took this course called linear algebra. Guess what? The course was basically a revisit of all the stuff I learned in further maths, plus a ton of extra knowledge built upon that. So if you don't have a foundation right now, you're going to fail in university. Not just in your A-levels, you're going to fail in university. So business, if you want to study business, take business or econ. Choose one of those 2 subjects. I suggest econ because it's better. Business is kind of mid. You just write essays and stuff. It's very theoretical. Econ is better. I suggest econ. And try to do math. Do subjects that, actually correlate to the major you want to study. It shows your passion. Next up, medicine. Obviously, same as the sciences, I shouldn't really need to explain this. Physics, chemistry, biology, those 3 subjects are probably going to be the best for medicine. So step number 2, competence. If you have your IGCSE results already, go back and see what results you got and tell yourself honestly, what subjects am I actually good at? For example, if I'm really bad, if I did really trash on business IGCSE, then I probably wouldn't take business A-levels unless it's a requirement from a university major. So for me, I got a 93% in IGCSE maths. I did pretty well. So I just chose math and further math as my A-levels. It was pretty straightforward. I did it because I actually was good at it. Computer science, I never studied computer science before, but I knew I wanted to study engineering. I studied FinTech with a minor in computer science, by the way. So I knew I had to do some sort of engineering, problem-solving based related subject. That's why I chose computer science. And because I also wanted to do a hybrid business degree as well, which is FinTech, that's why I chose business A-levels. So competence, you need to choose your A-levels based on your strengths, not your weaknesses, your strengths. Obviously, if you want to study medicine and your chemistry is pretty bad, you need to do either one of 2 things. One is you grind really hard to get a good grade in chemistry by learning how to study correctly. Or number 2, you drop the entire idea of wanting to go into medicine altogether. Because you need to play on your strengths, not your weaknesses. If you're more of this problem-solving person who can really get good grades in maths and further maths, but you're shit at humanities, like business, then don't take humanities. Just take the engineering subjects and go into the university major that you want to go into. Ideally, your university major should be a reflection of your strengths. But even if it's not a reflection of your strengths, you can always learn how to learn. If you're interested in learning how to actually ace your A-level subjects, then you can check out the first link in the description. I literally have subject guides in there for you, exam guides, study tips, study systems, everything you need to ace your A-level exams. That's the first link in the description, A-star students. So after competence, we have money/career. Most people think that choosing your A-levels and your university major based on how much you earn is seen as a morally bad thing. But let me ask you this. What is your goal for your future career? Why, look even further than the universities, look to your future career. Why do you want a career in the first place? To make you feel good? That's such a selfish mindset. I'd rather choose a career that can pay well so that I can actually help my family, get my future wife and make her happy with the money and stuff. It's not a bad thing to want to earn money. Money is seen as this, in society, money is seen as this bad thing, right? The money itself is not the bad thing, but your underlying motives of why you want that money is the good or bad thing. So critically think to yourself, do I really want to choose a university major that doesn't really pay me that well? Do I really want to study sociology, psychology, or gender studies, or some other bullshit minor that doesn't even pay me any money? Can I really use this to feed my future family? Because these are deep questions, and the sooner you think about them, the better your future life will be. Because every decision that you make now will literally compound over time. So for me personally, the reason why I chose FinTech was because I wanted to do something finance related and make a ton of money. And I also really enjoyed the more problem solving aspect to life. I personally did really well in my computer science. I got a 99 in A-levels. And that's why I really, really wanted to do, FinTech. FinTech was a mix of business, like finance specifically, and technology, like computer science and stuff. And when I saw that program, I knew that was the perfect fit for me because I wanted to make a lot of money in finance, but I also really enjoyed the more problem-solving, intricate things like learning how to code and stuff like that. That's why I chose FinTech. And these three things, you need to be using them synergistically. Your university major is probably the most important one. But how do you decide your university major? Number one, you need to be able to search the internet and find programs that you're actually interested in. The sooner you do this, bro, trust me, the easier it is for you to get to that path on where you want it in life. Because there's so many options. For example, me in year 12, I was thinking of whether I should go into business, engineering, finance. I had so many different, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, right? So I had to figure out what I needed to do first before I could align myself with that goal. Number two is you choose your university major based off of your competence and how much money you're gonna make off of it. So these three things are not just standalone things. You need to evaluate them synergistically. Because what good is a university major that you are good at if it doesn't make you any money? It doesn't make sense, right? What good is a university major if you can make a ton of money in, but if you don't have the competence to get there? Competence is honestly scalable because you can get good at a subject. So this one is a little bit more subjective. And if you just learn how to learn, then you can get good at basically any subject. And if you want to learn how to learn, the first link in the description is my program where I teach you exactly how to get good at basically any A-level subject that you're taking right now. The last thing that I want to show you, and the reason why I have this crossed out, is because you don't want to choose your A-level subjects based off of your interest. Choosing your A-level subjects based off your interest is a completely, really, really delusional way of thinking about it. So let's say you are really interested in gender studies, right? Bullshit major. I don't recommend it. I think it's a stupid major. Gender studies. So let's say you're interested in gender studies. So you want to take sociology in your A-levels. Well, what are you going to get paid off, right? You're not going to make money going into a gender studies major and graduating with a bullshit degree with nothing, no job, nothing, no future plans, nothing. You're going to be stuck in life and you don't know what to do. So the decision literally starts right now. I'm sorry for swearing, but this is something that I honestly think is so important. You should never choose your A-level subjects based off your interest. Because for me personally, I didn't enjoy further maths. When I first took further maths, I realized it was the hardest subject, hardest A-level that you can ever take. But guess what? I grinded my ass off for it. I increased my competence. And so I was at least able to get an A in the final exam. So I didn't get like a B or C or fail or anything like that, because I increased my competence. So the point I'm trying to make is that don't choose your A-level subjects just based off your interest. The key word is just. Yeah, sure, if you're interested in maths, you really like maths, and maybe you're really good at computer science, yeah, choose math and computer science for your A-levels. But evaluate them using these three other metrics: your competence, your university major, and the amount of money that you're going to make off of it. Because life is not just one decision. It's not evaluating one thing. In life, there are always trade-offs. You can never get the whole plate and eat the whole thing. You have to sacrifice things. So you need to learn which things you want to sacrifice and which things you need to prioritize. And you need to evaluate your A-level subjects based off of these three categories. By the way, if you enjoy more content like this and you want to know actually how to ace all of your A-level subjects that you're taking, whether it's math, business, computer science, physics, then you can check out the first link in the description. I teach you exactly everything you need to know to ace your A-level subjects and cut down your studying time in half. Because chances are right now, if you're watching this video, you want to learn how to learn, you want to learn how to study more effectively, and you want to get the best grades of your life while studying maybe 2 to 3 hours a day maximum. I literally show you exactly how you can do that inside my paid program. I hope you got tons of value from this video, and make sure to choose your A-level subjects wisely, because the decision that you make right now can literally compound 5 to 10 years in the future. And this is speaking from experience as a university student. What you study right now will literally determine the entire trajectory of your future. And I don't say that lightly at all. I hope you got tons of value from this video. And as always, may God guide us on the right path, and I'll see you in the next one.